coordinator for the Next Generation Scholars program in Kent County, Maryland. So I get the opportunity to work with some of our youth in Maryland, some high school students in Kent County. And one of the things that we love to do is connect students to workplaces in the county, but also all over the state of Maryland. So we have created this Workforce Wednesday program where we are actually able to chat with and highlight different jobs and career opportunities in the state of Maryland. And I am so excited for today because we have Greenscapes Land Care with us. Carrie is actually with us from Greenscapes Land Care, and this organization has been so amazing to the Next Generation Scholars Program and to MBRT. Not only has Carrie been part of our interview sessions with juniors, she has offered her facility for our career tours with sophomores. She came into the classroom for Maryland Scholars to talk with our ninth graders about how to be successful and how to think forward about the future. So this Greenscapes has just been such an amazing organization to work with, and I'm really excited that we get to talk a little bit more about what they offer, what jobs and careers are available, and for you high school students, what you can do right now to start getting involved in your future if you're interested in the landscaping and land care industries. So Carrie, good morning.
Good morning.
Go ahead and if you would introduce yourself, tell us a little bit more about Greenscapes, how long you guys have been around, that kind of thing.
So I have been with Greenscapes for about 3.5 years now. I came from another landscape company. Greenscapes has been around for about 10 years, and it just so happened that I was able to transition from a company that was closing into a company that was growing and be able to move right into the first office position. So it was an exciting opportunity, and I am the office manager and the human resources manager. So all the paperwork ends up in my office, and I am considered a landscape professional. I am in landscaping, and I very rarely leave my office. So
there you go. That's actually a question that I think, because somebody from Greenscapes, Jesse, came into the biology classes at King County High School, and that was something that students asked. They were like, well, this is interesting to me, but I don't know that I want to work outside. And I love that you have that comment of, well, I work in landscaping and I don't work outside. So there you go. There's opportunities all over the place to work in the landscaping industry and not necessarily be outside. So that's awesome to hear. Well, we are so excited to have you. What are some projects that you guys are working on right now? Are there a couple of projects that you want to highlight just so we can kind of get a sense of what kinds of things Greenscapes is doing?
So yes, we are very excited. Casey Hurd, who is our managing member, the owner of the company, has worked very hard to keep us working in maintenance, mostly because that's what we're allowed to do. So we're doing a lot of mowing. We also have some big projects. We're doing a sidewalk project in the town of Betterton, and we are getting ready to actually start. Jesse actually designed this, a raised garden. It's in a U shape. The garden itself will be about 3 feet off the ground, and then there will be a 4-foot high fence above that with a fence door to go into it and gravel walkways, and that's to keep deer out. Yeah. It'll be a vegetable garden. And then outside of the U part, like at the bottom of the U, will be 2 tiered, almost like tiered steps down, and those will be flower gardens. So we're very excited about that project. So
is that for is that a private residence or is that a public space?
No, for a private residence.
Private, okay. Yeah, that's awesome. That sounds like a really cool project. So you have some public and also some private accounts that you work with. Yeah.
Yes, we do have some public businesses that we take care of, either maintaining installations. We also have some communities, like a 55 plus community that we take care of. And then in addition to the mowing, the private residences that we will install everything from flower beds to just mulch, trees, plants, maintain after year. We can create beds. We can, I mean, we are, oh, hardscape, we can put in hardscaping patios. So we are full service. You name it, we can do it.
That's awesome. So, with all of those different services that you offer, what are kinds of skills do you think are most helpful in your industry? Like what skills are good for people to have coming into this as a job or a career?
Uh, so as with we want the same, the same qualifications, people that want to work, that are going to show up every day, that are going to be on time, and then a willingness to learn. You don't necessarily have to be fully experienced. We will teach you. Certainly, if you have experience, that's always helpful. I don't. We don't discount anybody just because they haven't worked in landscaping before. So, and you might start out edging and mowing and move up from there, but really
Mhm.
a willingness to learn. That's the biggest thing.
I'm glad that you said that, a willingness to learn, and then also being able to show up and be on time. We definitely talk with our students about attendance. So that's very important. So again, students, that carries into the workplace. So being on time and showing up is a big skill to have to be successful. So right now with Greenscapes, do you have any, what kinds of jobs do you have? What kinds of internships? How can people get started with you?
So we're always accepting applications. Currently, with the stay-at-home orders, I spend more time working remotely than I'm in the office. So our crews are out working, but I'm at home. But people can call in the office, or they can email me, Carrie at greenscapeslandcare.net. And I can either send back a application for them to fill out. They can send me a resume. I can do a phone interview. We are, like I said, we're always accepting applications. We're always looking for good people. Internships, we actually are going to have our first college intern this summer. Hopefully, we will still be able to do that. And we have an apprenticeship program. So we do have that, and that can appeal to the high school students.
That's awesome. So tell me more about this apprenticeship program.
So we are a member of the National Association of Landscape Professionals, and NALP worked very hard with the Department of Labor, and they did develop a federally approved apprenticeship program. So there are guidelines. There have to be so many hours performed within different functions. So like you can't just come and do all mowing. You have to learn to do everything. And then the state of Maryland has a youth apprentice program, and that program follows the federal program closely, but it is tailored towards high school students. And I know at Kent County High School, Liza Getz, the ag teacher, is the person to talk to if somebody's interested in an apprenticeship. She gets students apprenticeships at many different businesses. And I know at least half of the counties in Maryland are doing student apprenticeships. So what happens with us is I do have a job description, and I provided that with applications to Mrs. Getz. And last year we had Gage Marshall who applied. I interviewed him at the high school, and then I had him come here and interview with Casey, and we agreed to do a partnership, so he gets paid. And he comes in, he worked all summer last year. He has to have, I believe, 440 hours for this to be considered him to be a successful graduate within the apprentice program. he's got well over that, probably almost triple. And even during the school year, he was coming in every afternoon and working. So he was learning a lot of office jobs, his favorite. So if anybody is interested, I believe it's open to juniors and seniors. Again, Mrs. Getz is the person at Kent County High School. And you talk to her and she'll connect us, fill out an application. And, you know, if we have multiple candidates, we'll choose the correct one.
That's so awesome. And Gage actually got to be part of our Maryland Scholars so he got to speak with some ninth graders, which was really, really cool. And he just seems like he has gotten so much from this apprenticeship program. So it's so exciting that you guys offer it and that you will continue to offer it. So you talked a little bit about what you, yeah.
I know with our county, and I know there's other counties that believe the same, but Casey Hurd, again, our managing member here, is a local Kent County High School graduate and is committed to being a Kent County business, and is also very committed to supporting the students at the high school as much as we can with training, tours, and this apprentice program. So I think having leadership that believes in it makes it so much more successful.
Yeah. And having talked to Casey, he is definitely very proud to be from Kent County High School. He is proud to be in Kent County. And that's so awesome, especially for students to know that they have somebody that is looking out for them and wants them, like their high school opportunities, to be part of this organization and then even take it beyond high school, going to that next level. And like you said, you're willing to teach them. Like they're going to learn all of the ins and outs. So that is so valuable. That's so awesome that you are doing that. So you kind of talked about what you're looking for in an applicant for the apprenticeship, but what about, I guess we kind of talked about you wanted people to be willing to learn, you wanted them to be on time. Are there any other specifics that you're looking for in an applicant?
Yes. Respect is huge, both self-respect and respect for us. You would be surprised how many applicants of all ages walk in here. They leave a hat on, they slouch in the seat. Back when we could still shake hands, they wouldn't shake hands, they would not introduce. So I think when an applicant walks in, I don't expect anybody to come in here in a three-piece suit because the job doesn't require a three-piece suit. But at least come in and gentlemen remove their hats. Everybody make eye contact. If we're allowed to shake hands again, shake hands. Always introduce yourself. Walking in and saying, "Hi, I am Mary Smith and I would like to apply for a job." Or, I'm Joe Smith and I'm here for my interview, is huge. So just having a lot of self-respect and honesty. We do vet you. We look into your application. Don't lie about something because we'll find out, and that's gonna cut you out right away. I'd rather you say I didn't do this. I've never had this experience than lie about it.
Mm-hmm. That's very good tip. Very good. Be honest and have respect.
Yes.
What is one thing that you think that most people don't know about the landscaping industry?
Landscaping is more than mowing a lawn. There are hundreds of jobs within landscaping. As I told you, I'm in landscaping and I kill the plants in my office. So it's not like I'm out working on a job site. There are landscape architects and there are landscape designers. They actually go to school and get degrees in that. There are crew members, crew leaders, irrigation technicians. There's hardscape, guys that's what they specialize in. There's accountant and bookkeepers. So landscaping careers are huge. There's so much more than just mowing a lawn. And that is how a lot of companies start. I mean, that's how our manager started. He was mowing and he loved it. And now he's running a very successful business. So you have to know the business side of landscaping, and I think people don't think of that those business positions are huge.
Yeah, that's so important. And so it sounds like in landscaping and land care, there are opportunities to graduate high school and go right to work, or to go on for more technical training, or to go to college and have a job. So you really could have any kind of education background to be successful in landscaping or land care. That's pretty cool.
Absolutely.
Very cool. Well, so we had the opportunity at Kent County High School to take some sophomores on a career tour. They actually got to go to Greenscapes and see the spaces and kind of get a sense of, and I think that opened up the eyes of students. Like, they really realized it's more than just mowing lawns, because they saw the design and the architect part and all of the machinery and equipment and all the things that you need to learn how to use. So could we take a tour of your facility? Would you mind walking us around?
Sure, I would love to.
Okay.
And let's see if we can make this work. So
yeah, a virtual tour. Are you guys ready for this?
Okay, so this is my office. It's not got a lot of paperwork in it because, as I said, a lot of us are working remotely. So we're not in here every day. We try to not be in here. But this is our main work area. As you can see, we do have some a quad of desks over here. We have a salesperson that sits there. And then we have our administrative assistant. And this is Brody, our irrigation manager.
Hi,
Brody. And so Jesse's our salesperson, and he sits at one of these. And then Stephanie sits at a desk, and she helps with our scheduling. She connects with clients. She makes sure that all the contracts that get signed and returned are entered in the computer and in a binder. Our mowing supervisor sits at one of those desks. This is our schedule board. It is a magnetic whiteboard, and I'm going to try and get a little closer. I hope I'm not making you dizzy.
It's great.
So we can put 3 months at a time up. And so right now, April is in the middle. And all of the dots that are color coded mean something to us. There's arrows that we can use. We have the client and job names. That's May. And then we've already started with June. We keep our mowing schedule up there, as well as our turf, and then any extra notes. So if we need to do a repair, or if I need something office supplies or from JBK, or it's kind of our central. This is our managing member's office. So this is Casey Hurd's office. So when you drive by our location on 213, and you see the big picture window, that's looking right into his office.
Oh.
So, and then we have a conference table. Across the room is our uniform storage for disbursement. We do have plans to put more walls in, create a little bit different space in here. Things were kind of moving forward, and then things changed again. So, so that was my office in the middle with the lights on, and Brody's office has the lights off. And my favorite place, the coffee bar.
Essential.
It is. And then I'm going to take you into our shop. So this is the shop. We meet in here like in the winter time. We have somebody that comes in, a veteran who comes in and works part-time, sharpens our blades. He works in here. We store tools for the crews, and they are stored by crew color. We have a shop office, more storage. It's actually very clean right now. There are some days where you get, 4 or 5 different deliveries in a day, and then they take a couple days and get everything reorganized. This is the back of our property. We do recycle, so that is all the debris that has come from different jobs, and we will actually grind it down and reuse it on jobs. Some more storage, gravel pile, a couple different gravel piles. So I am walking along the back of our building, and I'm coming up on the side. This is where we park the trucks and where
We're losing you a little bit. Carrie? We have seemed to have frozen on the trucks, but look at, oh, such a beautiful day to be outside right now. Let me see here. We have seemed to have frozen on your trucks. This is so exciting, though, taking a virtual tour of their facility. Not a lot of people get the opportunity to have that kind of access, you guys. It looks like it's pretty much for just the people who work there and the clientele maybe that they have. Maybe even some of their clients don't even come to that facility. And it was really exciting when we got to take our sophomore Next Generation Scholars students, because they got to see all of the different equipment, and they actually did an equipment kind of like orientation. They showed them, this is what we use for this project. And they even broke out some of the bigger tools and showed them how they work, which was pretty cool. And I know definitely from that experience, there were a lot of students that indicated that they would be interested in pursuing a job or a career in that industry. So we are so excited to have had the opportunity to do a tour and see Greenscapes Land Care. And we just, again, I cannot say enough good things about this company and how much they have benefited our students. And we've had such a great partnership with them because they're so excited about youth, and they want to provide all of these different opportunities. They're one of the first to offer an apprenticeship in Kent County, and Gage has had an invaluable experience. The students only have to have about 400 hours to complete the apprenticeship, and he's tripled it. He was just so excited to get involved, and having talked to him, I know that he said it was just such an invaluable experience and time. So we're so appreciative of Greenscapes Land Care. Please reach out to them. We will definitely post a link to their Facebook page. They're super responsive. They want to hear from students. They always, as she said, they always have different jobs open. You can have any kind of background as long as you have a good attitude, you're willing to be respectful, and you're willing to show up on time. So thank you again, Carrie and Greenscapes. Thank you, Casey, Jesse, who we didn't get to see, but he has come into the Kent County High School classrooms. We are so fortunate to have you as one of our volunteer organizations, and we look forward to continued partnership. Thank you guys so much for joining today, and we will be back for another broadcast tomorrow. We will actually have one of our Next Generation Scholars program coordinators. Her name is also Carrie. With her community chat, she will be talking with Mrs. Abby Twig of Fort Hill High School. She's a school counselor, and they are going to be diving into testing. SAT, ACT, AP, pretty hot topic, so you definitely don't want to miss that. That's going to be tomorrow at 11 a.m. right here, Facebook Live. We will see you again. Thank you, guys.